Sun-soaked beaches, bustling city streets, and breathtaking mountain vistas fill our social media feeds, painting a picture of the perfect getaway. We see friends posting selfies from exotic destinations, families laughing together on sandy shores, and couples exploring new cultures hand in hand. The allure of travel is everywhere, making us dream of our own adventures. But for many Americans, these dream vacations feel out of reach as travel costs soar and wages struggle to keep up. The price of flights, hotels, and activities seems to climb higher every year, while paychecks often stay the same. For families and young people alike, the idea of affording a memorable trip can feel more like a fantasy than a real possibility. The gap between our travel aspirations and our bank accounts keeps growing, leaving many to wonder if they'll ever get to experience the adventures they crave. The longing to explore new places is real, but so is the financial stress that comes with it. Enter Buy Now, Pay Later, BNPL, services like Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay, promising instant access to travel with just a few clicks. These platforms let you break up the cost of your trip into smaller, more manageable payments, making it feel like that dream vacation is finally within reach. Instead of saving for years, you can book that family trip or romantic escape now, paying in installments over time. Suddenly the world feels open again. Spontaneous getaways and long-awaited reunions seem possible, even if your savings account says otherwise. For people like Sarah, a teacher from Ohio, BNPL made her mother's dream trip to Italy suddenly possible. Instead of waiting years to save up, she could finally give her mom the experience of a lifetime, creating memories they'll cherish forever. Airlines and hotels now push BNPL at checkout, knowing it encourages bigger spending and more ambitious travel plans. With just a few taps, you can upgrade your room, add excursions, or book that extra flight. The marketing is slick, focusing on freedom, adventure, and unforgettable memories while downplaying the financial commitment. Ads promise you can have it all, right now, with no worries. For a generation craving experiences over possessions, it's almost irresistible, even if it means saying yes to a trip you can't truly afford. The pressure to keep up with friends and share your own travel stories is stronger than ever. The dream is just a click away, but the real cost, hidden in those easy payments, can be easy to overlook. Before you book, it's worth asking, is the adventure worth the price you'll pay long after the trip is over? The magic of Buy Now, Pay Later, or BNPL, is its irresistible simplicity. Split your purchase into 4 easy payments, and suddenly, that dream vacation or last-minute getaway feels within reach no matter your budget. The first payment is due right at checkout, and the remaining 3 are automatically charged every 2 weeks, making the process feel seamless and almost effortless. By breaking a big expense into smaller bite-sized chunks, it feels much more manageable, almost like you're getting a deal, even if the total price hasn't changed. Most Pay in 4 plans are interest-free as long as you pay on time, which makes them seem like a smarter, safer alternative to credit cards that can pile on interest and fees. Getting approved is a breeze. Often there's just a soft credit check, or sometimes none at all. So even people who've been turned away by traditional banks can get in on the action. For many, this is the only way to access credit and make those travel dreams a reality, especially if other options are out of reach. But this incredible convenience can also create a disconnect. It separates the thrill of booking a trip from the actual pain of paying for it. You get swept up in the excitement of planning and imagining your adventure, while the reality of the total cost fades into the background. 4 payments of $500 sound so much more doable than a single $2,000 charge, making it easier to say yes, even if it stretches your budget. But this mindset can quickly lead to overspending, and before you know it, you're caught in a cycle of deferred financial reality, with payments stacking up from multiple purchases. The true price of instant gratification is often hidden in plain sight, sometimes in the fine print, sometimes in the stress that comes later, when the bills finally come due. BNPL's rise is part of a bigger story, one that's reshaping how Americans pay for everyday life. The way we shop, spend, and even think about money has changed dramatically in just a few years. Over half of Americans now rely on credit just to cover basics like groceries, gas, and rent. For many, it's not about splurging, it's about making ends meet in a world where prices keep rising and paychecks don't stretch as far as they used to. For Gen Z and millennials, the numbers are even starker. Many young adults are using credit not for luxuries, but for survival, covering rent, groceries, and medical bills. The idea of living on credit has become a new normal for an entire generation. With credit card interest rates soaring, people are desperate for alternatives. BNPL is often seen as the lesser evil, a way to avoid the crushing weight of revolving debt and sky-high fees. Nearly half of BNPL users say they turn to these services to avoid payday loans or racking up more credit card debt. For some, it's a lifeline, a way to buy time and keep the lights on. As of June 2025, a quarter of Americans have used BNPL just to buy groceries, a dramatic jump that signals how deeply these services have penetrated daily life. When you're financing food, the system is clearly broken. It's a sign that the safety nets meant to protect families are fraying, and people are forced to borrow just to eat. This normalization of borrowing blurs the line between wants and needs. When credit becomes a tool for survival, it's easy to start using it for everything else too. If you're already using BNPL for groceries, using it for a vacation or a new gadget feels natural, almost expected. The boundaries between necessity and indulgence start to fade. The travel industry has seized this moment, making BNPL a gateway to luxury escapes. Now, booking a dream trip is just a few clicks away, even if you can't afford it up front. But people aren't just financing dreams, they're financing a break from a tough reality. For many, these trips are a brief escape from the stress and uncertainty of daily life. The escape is temporary, but the debt can linger long after the vacation ends, reminding us that the true cost of buy now, pay later is often paid in worry and stress. That affordable trip can quickly spiral into a financial trap. BNPL's small payments encourage you to splurge, nicer hotels, extra tours, business class seats. Many users juggle multiple BNPL loans at once, making it hard to keep track and budget. Miss a payment and late fees pile up fast. Worse, missed payments can hit your credit score, something most users don't realize. A single slip can make future loans, mortgages, or even credit cards harder to get. The average BNPL user now owes over $1,000, up 30% from last year. The dream vacation's price isn't just the ticket, it's the stress, fees, and long-term credit damage. What started as a shortcut to paradise can become a web of debt. The freedom BNPL promises can quickly turn into a financial burden. The true cost of that getaway may last far longer than the memories. 6 weeks pass quickly, and the excitement of booking fades as payments start to bite. The first payment is easy, but unexpected expenses can derail the rest. Miss a payment, and late fees, reminders, and credit hits follow. Mark, a young professional, missed a payment after his hours were cut. His credit score dropped 30 points. He's not alone. 41% of BNPL users reported at least one late payment last year, up sharply. Defaults on travel-related BNPL loans have surged 40% since 2023. People book trips, hoping their finances will hold steady, but life is unpredictable. The debt doesn't disappear. It follows you home, turning a dream trip into months of regret. The short-term pleasure of a vacation can lead to long-term pain. The real souvenir may be a lingering financial headache. BNPL isn't just for big purchases anymore. It's now part of daily life. You can split payments for jeans, concert tickets, even your pizza delivery. Klarna's partnership with DoorDash lets you finance takeout. $30 of food becomes $4,750 payments. For those struggling between paychecks, it's a tempting stopgap. But financing everyday items is risky. The meal is gone, but the debt remains. Microdebts pile up, making it harder to keep track and budget. This habit erodes financial discipline, especially among young users. Why save when you can pay later? The convenience of BNPL today could set the stage for a lifetime of financial struggle. The risk: a culture where debt is normal, and saving is an afterthought. The pull of instant travel is strong, but don't trade your future for a few days away. BNPL isn't evil, but it demands caution and honesty. Before you click Pay in 4, check your real budget. Can you truly afford the payments, even if life throws a curveball? Treat BNPL like any loan. Read the fine print, know the fees, and set reminders. Never stack multiple BNPL loans for one trip. It's a recipe for missed payments. If you can't afford the trip with one clear plan, you probably can't afford it at all. The safest way to travel? Save up. Open a dedicated account. Set up automatic transfers and watch your dream fund grow. Saving builds discipline and makes the trip sweeter. A vacation should relieve stress, not create it. Plan, save, and protect your financial health. Your future self will thank you.